going on? Welcome back. So, we got some more news in the Musk Twitter buyout saga that I wanted to share with you. I haven't made videos on a few of the recent tidbits here, even though I wanted to, because I had some stuff come up on Sunday and Monday. So I was unfortunately only able to get a single video out, each of those days. Sorry about that, by the way. I'm all in on this channel, and I always want to be able to put out at least 2 videos a day for the first of you badasses who have subbed to my new channel. You're all awesome, by the way. Anyway, let's get going. So, the news dropped today that Elon Musk has pledged to close the deal by Friday, which, is good news, though we still have a few more days to wait and see if anything gets in the way of the deal. Alright, so here we go. Elon Musk pledges to close $44 billion Twitter deal by Friday. Report. Elon Musk has notified co-investors who committed to help fund his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter that he plans to close his buyout of the social media firm by Friday, according to a person familiar with the matter. Equity investors, including Sequoia Capital, Binance, Qatar Investment Authority, and others have received the requisite paperwork for the financing commitment from Musk's lawyers, the source added. The move is the clearest sign yet that Musk plans to comply with a Delaware court judge's deadline to complete the transaction by Friday. The banks that committed to fund Musk's buyout of Twitter have finished putting together the final debt financing agreement and are in the process of signing the necessary documents, according to a Bloomberg News report. Musk pledged to close the deal on a video conference call on Monday with bankers who are helping fund the deal, according to the report. Okay, so it looks like this very well may be closing in only days, unless, as I was saying a minute ago, something gets in the way, which could be this. U.S. weighs security review of Russia-friendly Elon Musk's Twitter acquisition in Starlink. So this news dropped a few days ago that, surprise, surprise, the Biden administration may be considering a national security review of Elon's acquisition of Twitter. They say it's because of a concern of national security, but that's just pish posh. It just needed a reason, anything. Any reason at all. So again, this isn't surprising whatsoever, at least not to the people who've been paying attention for years now. White House officials were said to have been disturbed by a series of recent tweets by the Tesla CEO who favored a compromise peace deal that would see Ukraine cede Crimea to Russia, a position endorsed by the Kremlin. So whatever, yes, this could be a possible obstacle that could drop in at the 11th hour, to bring this whole thing to a halt, which wouldn't surprise me because, as I've said, they're afraid of losing their hold on the public square. Now, this would suck for all of the people who actually care about true, unhindered speech. Something I haven't noticed other people consider that I've been thinking about myself is that Elon may actually be hoping this happens. I mean, he has said multiple times now that he is overpaying for Twitter, and he most definitely is. And he was the one who tried to back out of this to begin with. But then Twitter started this whole legal battle to ensure he doesn't renege on his promise to buy it, which has led us to where we are now. But now, this is where things get funny again. So, I'm sure you remember my video from multiple days ago where I covered how Elon pledged to fire 75% of Twitter staff. Which, again, I personally thought he was going easy on them, but whatever. He knows how to run a massive corporation. I don't. Well, apparently, the Twitter staff has written an open letter to Elon Musk with a list of demands. No joking. Twitter employees to send list of demands to Elon Musk, report. Twitter employees circulated a list of demands on Monday, calling on billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk to address their concerns when he completes his purchase of the social media platform. According to a report published by Time magazine, that rag, the letter comes in response to rumors that Musk planned to downsize by as much as 75%, as we already know, upon taking ownership of the company, and demanded, among other things, that Musk preserve the current employee headcount. No. I'd say it's a safe estimate that 99% of that 75% of employees, cannot be trusted to help run a social media platform that actually adheres to the First Amendment. No way. So anyway, let's get into this freaking letter. Directed to staff Elon Musk and board of directors. The letter claims that a move to gut the platform's staff would endanger the public conversation to a degree that they claimed was unacceptable. Elon Musk's plan to lay off 75% of Twitter workers will hurt Twitter's ability to serve the public conversation. Yeah, they're only concerned with serving one side of the conversation and putting tape over the mouths of everyone who doesn't agree. Remember, it was their censorious nature that caused Elon to gain an interest in purchasing Twitter in the first place, aside from money. A threat of this magnitude is reckless, undermines our users' and customers' trust in our platform, and is a transparent act of worker intimidation, a draft of the letter read. Trust? Oh my God, I can't with these people. Absolutely no self-awareness. Twitter has significant effects on societies and communities across the globe. As we speak, Twitter is helping to uplift independent journalism in Ukraine and Iran, as well as powering social movements around the world. Yeah, no shit. Too big of an effect. But that's only a problem when the prospect of truly open, free thought and discussion isn't allowed. None of that is going to change. The difference now will be that hopefully all sides will be allowed to speak their minds without fear of banishment. Yet they're really trying to pass it off like Elon running it will somehow limit their speech now. They're so disingenuous to try to pretend like that will happen. It's always projection with them, and I can prove it. So, getting slightly off topic for a minute, I just learned today that leftoids have actually created their own social media alternative called Tribal. Fitting name, by the way. And you remember them always laughing at and mocking our alternatives like Parler or True Social, which were created specifically to give people a true free speech alternative. Which, by the way, people on the left are not barred from creating accounts on those platforms and using them. They are for free speech. For all. That includes people on the left. Well, the great libs of TikTok decided to perform a little experiment to see what would happen if she created an account on Tribal and posted something. Well, she sure as hell did. She's such a boss. And she was immediately mass reported after posting her, I don't know what they call it there, tribals. Posting tribals. As you can see, this is what she posted. Then within minutes, she immediately started being mass reported, and then eventually she was permanently banned from their platform forever in only 20 minutes. As you can see here, users are already asking to report me, and I was misgendered within 10 minutes of being on the site. Another update. Breaking. It appears Tribal Social suspended my account. I can no longer access it. I've tried multiple times to log in. My account lasted less than 20 minutes. I'm being silenced. Oh no. And then Tribal support were unsurprisingly bragging about it later. So, you see, them trying to pretend that Elon controlling Twitter will somehow limit their speech is absolute nonsense. We First Amendment supporters, we don't do that. It's free for all, period, including people like this. So, getting back to it, it's time to get to the best part. Thanks to Jason Howerton for providing this. We demand of current and future leadership. Number 1, respect. We demand leadership to respect the platform and the workers who maintain it by committing to preserving the current headcount. Even though none of this is up to me, I'll still say, as to your first demand, nope. Demand number 2, safety. We demand that leadership does not discriminate against workers on the basis of their race, gender, disability, sexual orientation, or political beliefs. We also demand safety for workers on visas who will be forced to leave the country they work in if they are laid off. The second one is absolutely absurd as well. You see what they always do? Once they realized Elon Musk does not abide by their narratives, he was automatically labeled a far-right extremist, which is completely untrue. He has said in the past that he is center-left. But because he is now officially considered far-right to them, they have seared it into their brains that he is an istophobe, all of the leftoids' buzzwords for anyone who disagrees with them, all rolled into one. Let's finish the other two. Protection. We demand Elon Musk explicitly commit to preserve our benefits, those both listed in the merger agreement and not. We demand leadership to establish and ensure fair severance policies for all workers before and after any change in ownership. The third one, it isn't much for me to speculate on. I have no idea what's in the fine print of their merger agreement. And finally, dignity. We demand transparent, prompt, and thoughtful communication around our working conditions. We demand to be treated with dignity and to not be treated as mere pawns in a game played by billionaires. Dignity? Sorry, you don't get to demand that of people. Respect and honor are earned, they're not demanded. And as usual, they only like billionaires that are in their camp. They go right back to hating them when they cannot benefit from them anymore. So yeah, this is all hilarious. And it sure as hell isn't going to do them any favors or make Elon any less likely to fire that 75%. But, then again, who knows? This may actually get them exactly what they want. He has stood up to bullies in the past, but then quickly backtracked, which was always frustrating when he does so. But again, perhaps none of this will even matter, as the current administration may swoop in and put a stop to it all, which I still kind of think Elon wants to happen. Even if it doesn't matter, it's still fun to talk about. But, we won't have to wait very long to find out. There's only 2.5 days left until Friday. So that about wraps it up. What do you think of all this? Will Elon follow through with his firings? Will he bow to their demands? Or do you think Biden will swoop in and bring it all to a screeching halt? Let me know in the comments down below. And also like and share the video if you enjoyed it. And if you could please consider subscribing. It would really help me out a lot. And I'll see you in the next video.